like, and this is what I wish you would do different. So what did I remember in my life? All the things that upset me, more than the things that made me happy. You see? It's powerful. One of the things that was fun for me was going to the park and really getting my highlight out and going through this new book that I'm studying that's waking me up, and then watching the guidance come through me with such intensity that I could hardly write as fast as the information was coming to me about new workshops and new classes and new ways of doing what I'm doing that would be exciting to me and hopefully to everybody else around me. You know, so it was fun to me to be in the creative process, to be in the process of letting some stuff come through me that I know could change my life if I was willing to do it and not play it safe. Because playing it safe is how you always have a lousy, dull, boring, crappy life. You show me somebody who's playing it safe, and I show you somebody who's a dull, routine existence. So really, fun is just on the other side of my edge. You know, London's my edge right now. You know, then they sent me an email today saying, you know, well, you're going to be here. We know it's the first time you come here. We want you to have a great time. So, you know, think about sticking around a while so I can just show you all over the place. See, that's like the answer to a question. How could I allow myself to experience my teaching career in a way that's fun for me in ways that I could not have imagined? That's like a result of asking a question like that. Because I wouldn't have thought of that. You see what I'm saying? So you don't want to go to your imagination. Your imagination is a limitation. 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 Your imagination is a limitation because you'll only imagine that which you already know. That what's in the realm of what you think is possible. So if you really want to be unlimited, you always want to ask for things that's beyond what you think. Or else you're just going to repeat the same thing in a new cover. You know, most people, when they tell you their future plans, they be honest, it's just the same thing they've done before, just with a different flavor. I even asked the other day, you know, to get outside of the paradigm of myself as a teacher. I realized that I had been thinking in terms of how happy I could be as a teacher, and had completely eliminated the possibility that my true happiness may come from doing something I've yet to discover yet. And maybe that's why I haven't experienced ecstasy yet, because I'm still operating within the perimeter of what I've come up with that I think would make me happy. And then I'm just trying to make the thing I've already come up with be more happy than ever. So like the teacher thing. So now I'm going, okay, how can I experience that in a way that's more happy than ever? Well, suppose you're supposed to be a tuba player in an orchestra in Russia. Well, and now you're going to find that that's going to be the thing that's going to absolutely just blow your mind. I never crossed my mind because I had already decided it was going to come from the realm of being a teacher. So I realized I was limiting myself just by having the idea that I should be a truth or course in miracles or spiritual teacher. Just something like that. Having no one to receive and reject feelings of pain and replace them with feelings of love causes all your distress. Uh-oh, wait a minute. What causes all our distress? Having no one to receive and reject feelings of pain and replace them with feelings of love. Okay, so I'm looking for someone to replace these unhappy feelings that I'm having for me. I'm going to meet somebody that's going to get me beyond all these unhappy feelings that I'm having. I'm going to get a circumstance out here that's going to get me beyond all these unhappy feelings. See, I'm in distress because I can't come up with the thing outside of myself that's supposed to make me happy right now and get rid of my distress and pain. That's why if I look for a person to do it, and then the relationship ends with that person, I'm immediately looking for another person so that they can replace my feelings of distress, because I see it as if I'm looking for something outside of myself to replace my feelings of distress. And he said, that's what's causing your distress. What's causing your distress is that you're looking for something outside of yourself to replace the feelings of pain. That's where your distress is coming from. I thought the distress came from the fact that this person left me. No, my distress is coming from thinking that they have anything to do with my happiness. I want to free all of you from having any responsibility for my happiness.
Thank you.
No more jokes?
If I tell a joke, I'm still not responsible. You're not responsible for my happiness. That's why I just tell the joke I like. Don't matter if anybody else likes it. You know what I'm saying? I say it again. I'm freeing you from the responsibility of making me happy. How can I free you from the responsibility of making me happy? How can I free the people that I'm close to from the responsibility of making me happy? How can I free all of my special relationships from the responsibility of making me happy? How can I get rid of the idea that if they would change, I would be happy? How can I get rid of that idea in ways beyond what I could even imagine? That's how you move out of pain. How can I get beyond the idea that I need somebody to recognize me in order for me to feel loved? How can I get past the thought that I need somebody to love me in order for me to feel good? I want to get rid of that belief. How can I get rid of that belief, God, that I wouldn't be okay if somebody didn't love me? It's a trap. Needing somebody to love you is a trap. Because it'll make you compromise who you are in order to get that love. Because there's not enough to go around. I asked about how could about 1 billion people love each one of you this morning. I hope you don't mind. As part of my prayer, I was asking that everybody in this room could receive the love of at least 1 billion people in a beautiful way. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Is that okay? Would that be okay?
Yeah.
All right. So if one of those billion stopped loving you, would you be okay?
Yeah. Yep.
So you want to increase the idea that you could be loved beyond anything you could imagine to some infinite numbers. It's such a big number of people that can love you that the last thing you'd be concerned about would be any one person not loving you. It would be like shedding a skin cell on the body. You know what I don't like about that? Because I don't want to be the person that the person's okay with if I'm gone. That's what I don't like about that. You know what I'm saying? That sounds good unless I'm the skin cell that's being shed. You know, I don't want a person to get rid of me and be happy.
Anybody else?
Especially happier. Anybody ever had that happen?
Yeah.
Yeah, that you break up with somebody and next thing you know they won the lottery. You know what I'm saying? They're happier than they've ever been in their life. You kind of want them to suffer a little bit, right? You want them to feel kind of bad for the loss of you. So you got to get over it. You got to get over it. You got to get over it. So your body can be a learning device that'll show you that it's possible to experience love right here, right now, forever. Think not that you react to pain of any kind with the love from your real self that would dispel it. Okay, the self you have taken out of the learning loop is the self of love. Okay, the me that I've taken out of the learning loop is my loving self. And then he just told us that if you have not been able to dispel the pain, then you have not felt the love of your real self. If you cannot dispel the pain, you're not feeling the love of your real self. What does that mean? It means if I can't love myself, I am believing I think I'm a false self that I'm not. Because I couldn't help but love myself if I ever saw myself. The Course says our self is hiding from us. Because if we found it, we'd attack it. So it's waiting for us to love ourselves enough for it to show up. I can see